Ala puts one of his knees on the floor, if I have this, and he puts one of his knees on the floor, that's not a realistic reaction. Okay? No, he's telling me take the sweep. He's doing half of the job. Or he tries to put this. Yeah, this is like, he can even like try to put it there. It's the same, guys. Look, a back take is always there. It's very easy. It's this easy to take someone's back from this position if they put their knee on the floor, or if they try to be a bit lazy and try to put weight on you, okay? It's very hard to put some weight when someone have this position, okay? I would say the best option that this person has is maybe standing, creating some space, and now try to either get an underhook, get the leg out, or do something. That's the best option, okay? Otherwise, it's very easy to sweep.
If he does keep his knee on the floor, what's the basic sweep?
This?
Yeah.
A butterfly sweep is a very, look, all I need to do is just to get my hips up. It's very easy to sweep in any position. No, not just butterfly. X-guard entrance is very easy when his knee is on the floor. Everything else, or I just simply can wrestle upright, anything, okay? Knee on the floor, it's a disaster, okay, in these positions. Now, it becomes very hard when Ala moves my head away and he tries to get his head down. But look, now he's creating space and his legs are still far. Okay, so it's hard to get underneath him. One underhook, it's bad. He can maybe try to put me flat. Now, this is a bit different because he has an underhook. He can control my upper body. It's a bit different. He can knee cut. Okay? The only position I would say he can put his knee on something is when he puts me flat. So sometimes I like to counter this position by controlling the sleeve. I go for the knee cut that I like to go. Yeah, I like to go here. But look, he's pulling my shoulder off the floor, lots of weight on my hip, and I'm flat. Now maybe he can put his knee on my belly and then start passing. Okay? Makes sense so far? So just keep that in mind. Standing is always the best option from there. It's more tiring for the legs, but it's way more effective. Okay? So let's go for what we're gonna do. Now, there is always the option of controlling the sleeve, the same thing. Here, okay? There's always this option. So most of what I'm gonna show, you can still do this when the hand is controlled. But to control the hand here is not very doable, right? This is way easier. That's why we're going from here. However, for the sweeps that we're gonna do now, we're gonna aim for the sleeve, okay? I'm gonna show the same 3 sweeps that we've done last time, and maybe we can add something. Okay, 3 basic sweeps, I think they're very effective. I need to trick Ala into giving me his arm, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I usually control this, maybe push, play around. In reality, I'm prioritizing him not trying to pass me or put me flat. So I want to stay here and seated until I find a way to put this hand. So sometimes what I do is I pull, see? Now he either puts his hand on the floor or try to control my hand. That's good, now I have it. Okay, most of the time this is more than enough. Like you don't have to go for like a proper grip. I like controlling, even like no-gi controlling gi. I like controlling around the wrist, but in a way Ala cannot rotate his wrist properly. Now it will buy me some time to later on switch to this, or meanwhile I can sweep, okay? So let's go for the sweeps. The first one is from here. I'm gonna start, look, I'm gonna punch his arm in between his hands, legs, and I'm gonna kick both of my legs. So shin to shin has to always be a bit tight, right? Now I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit. Now look, I need to be very aware of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna punch and kick both of my legs at the same time. Okay, so look what I'm gonna do. And I pull this one behind me and I stand up. Remember, if you have this, shoulder can collect the knee and just keep the pressure, and I pass with the same grips. Now maybe you can switch. Okay, but I smashed all of the shields. It's quite basic, but guys, some of you, this is not working. I'm not only kicking with this leg. I'm not trying to open his legs. I'm trying to trip both legs at the same time and kicking them and punching the arm in between. So even the shin to shin, it's very tight, but just the moment that before that I do this sweep, I do this and this. Okay, and I kick them out, both. Okay, ultimately, I want to be always a little bit out of Ala's knee. I don't want to be in front of his knee. But ultimately with this sweep, this is good if I'm in front of him. So you need to play around with with the footwork and so on and the angles. So now Ala is a bit sideways. So what I'm gonna do is maybe pull and pull. Now I'm gonna try to force him to step. Now see, he's building the tension. Okay, now pull the leg out. Look, I like to keep my left leg on top so I can start smashing and controlling here. Okay, I dominated the shield, dominated the legs. Now I can start transitioning to the upper body. Okay, so far so good. Now with the same concept, sometimes this is not a very easy move to do, right? Especially when he's not aligned with me, like he's not squared up. When he's squared up is a bit easy. So what we're gonna do is the second option, same thing, but look, my right leg, instead of my foot touches behind his heel, I'm gonna go heel to heel. And I stand up like a technical stand up towards Yusuf there. Okay, same thing, I kick, boom. Trip, stand up, same thing, and stand up. Makes sense? Yep, so far for these two, all is good. Third option, when Ala is aware, is the hardest when you fight someone who knows how to play too much with this leg and they keep backstepping and forward stepping, step on over and so on. So every time I'm gonna go here, Ala knows he backsteps. Look, he leaves the space. I pull my elbow underneath me with the palm up, especially if I have a grip. If I don't have a grip, you just pull the arm, okay? But ultimately I wanna do this, look. Okay, now look at his shoulder, it's fully extended. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block and I wanna roll like a barrel sideways. I'm not gonna drop to my back. So I roll sideways. Okay, get up, same thing. I like to always beat the shields and then try to pass. Okay, so three options. The first two are just simply whenever my partner is trying to trip me behind them, okay? That's all when the arm is there, because this arm is not gonna create space between me and my opponent. That's why you control it, okay? So the first two options is just kicking back. Second option, heel to heel and standing up. Third option is whenever I backstep, Ala trips me over. Ultimately, you wanna try to go around this area, okay? Because if you go a little bit low, my knee can drop and maybe I can block it temporarily, okay? If you go too high, maybe my ankle can open. But just right underneath the knee will block it, okay? And I also will give you a better way to push the knee. So once he pulls, is gonna, yeah, it's very hard. Okay, even if I defended, just in case some of you guys will defend like this, is the back, right? The back is still there. In reality, is not. I'd rather accept the sweep over getting my back taken in that position. Okay? So far, so good. Yes. No, I'm done.
So you know, if your legs aren't long enough to get the trip to catch the leg, or let's say, like you said, your legs get stuck and you get stapled, what would you do from there? From sorry, can you go over it again? So let's say you know when you're doing the last sweep, the trip. If your legs are too short, or if you miss the knee and you catch the foot instead, and then
if you can trip him, of course.
Yeah. But let's say your leg gets stuck and you get stapled. What would you do from there?
As in, you mean distance-wise? Like you mean, let's say I cannot catch Ala's knee from here, like just backstep. I cannot catch his knee from here, like it's too far.
Or you step over your knee, or you go.
Yeah, if he steps over, it's all right. We can go for the one previous. My foot is, but again, he has a knee down. If I have a Shin-to-Shin, I always put his weight on that side. Yes, kind of. Yeah, or that's what we're gonna do next, is the X guard. Is the ultimate goal from there in reality is the X guard. All of these are just to, like small attacks. If some of them worked and I managed to sweep him, it's perfect. Ultimately, I wanna get to the X guard from Shin-to-Shin. Yeah, makes sense?
I was just going to ask, if it's not working, is it okay to abandon the lapel for the far side sleeve to feed it across to?
Yes, yeah. No, if you do this instead of this, of course, it's even better. No, if I have this, I'm just gonna simply stand up and start sweeping the guy, right?
You have to abandon the lapel.
Yes, but you need to be a bit smart. Usually, Ala likes this grip a lot. I think Ala goes way earlier. So let's say Ala, if he, I don't know, of course it's his move, he's better as, but usually people from here, this is lots of space me abandoning, unless I dominated this and maybe control this, then maybe I can switch. But usually, I don't know, I let you go from it from early half guard, right? Maybe.
Yeah, but if I'm intending to go to the arm right away, I'd rather go more sideways, like rotate more around your partner.
Here.
Yeah, this is when usually I go for the arm.
So you feed the arm through instead of
Yes.
instead of feeding this, he passes this. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, so far so good. Let's give it a try. 1, 2.